What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Felines Den podcast. It is your co-host, Black Ice.
Welcome. It's your girl, Shell Shock. What's up?
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Paris No Hilton.
And it's the blonde bombshell, Vixen. Welcome.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your host, Ocean. Hey, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
Y'all doing? Oh, so we gonna stop the music like that? we gonna stop the music like that?
Straight like that.
Straight
I
like
was trying
that.
to jam. Can you DJ?
Let's run that back.
Run that thing back, Turbo.
Yes.
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
New Year's. Let's cheers.
Cheers to that. Clink,
Cheers.
clink, clink,
Clink,
clink.
clink, 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 clink. Episode 8. Yeah, we back.
Sorry.
Episode 8.
Yeah.
And we back. Run it back like you won't crack.
Click, click, clack.
Hey.
Put, pat.
Hey.
Clickety
On my
clack.
back.
Hey.
What you know about that?
Hey.
Riding down the street in my lap.
Hey.
Y'all ain't ready?
We ready.
Alright, so what we doing? What's going on? Like,
All right, first and foremost, Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Another year. That's a blessing.
All right, first and foremost, again, welcome to the Felines Den podcast. I'm your co-host, Black Ice. We first want to just start this thing off by giving a moment of silence for the ones that we lost in 2021 and those who we already lost in 2022. So if we can just take a moment and just, give reverence to that,
Yes.
that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
So we all know Betty White. Betty White, she was an American actress that passed away on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2021.
Hilarious.
Very
Funny lady. Very
Funny
funny.
girls, I love her on that show.
Yes, she was an icon.
Absolutely. She was 99 years old. How many people can you say that you know that live 99 years?
Yes.
Two weeks from being
Yeah.
100.
Exactly.
And planning her birthday as well.
Exactly. I
Yep,
was like,
and she
wow.
she was about to celebrate her 100th birthday on January 17th. So we'll be celebrating her in 2 days.
Yes.
The reason of her death was natural. So she lived a good life, a long
Yes.
life, got to entertain a lot of people. So we just want to give thanks for Betty White. And, hey, long live Betty White.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you all know Bob Saget.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bob Saget, the 65-year-old late American stand-up comedian and actor, which we all may know him from Full House.
Yes.
House and
I
then-
used to grow up watching that show.
Funniest home videos.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I remember doing that too.
Okay.
Yep.
That's him.
I didn't know that.
I'm telling my age, okay?
Oh, I used to love that show.
He was a good comedian too.
God bless his soul. He died. He passed away on January 9th in his hotel room.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's devastating.
The exact cause of his death remains unclear. However, the autopsies said that he showed no signs of drugs or foul play.
That's
He
crazy.
lived a long life, 65 years. We got a lot of people who aren't even making it past their 20s.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's sad.
did you say he played on
Full House.
So he was, was he the dad
He
of
was
the
the
twins?
dad.
He was the dad of the twins.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, since we're speaking about lost, I want to say we talked about my friend Adolph, known as Young Dolph, in the previous episode 7. So I just want to say we are now, we have an update of the man that took his life. Adolph died November 17th, 2021 in Memphis, Tennessee by 3 gunmen. Police captured the suspect in Mississippi, which is Cornelius Smith, 32, earlier this month for another crime and vandalism of the stolen white Mercedes that was used in the getaway car in Young Dolph case. He was charged in Shelby County on several charges in this case, including first-degree murder. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting kind of touched up because this actually is somebody that I know. The U.S. Marshals found the rapper Straight Drop known as Justin Johnson, age 23, in Indiana, running. When Justin was 17 years old, he was charged with aggravated rape and aggravated robbery. Earlier, he was released. Then he was sentenced again for shooting at a bowling alley.
Wow.
The third person was captured and charged is Shondell Burnett. It don't matter if I said it wrong because at this point he don't deserve respect.
Nope.
The MPD and the U.S. Marshal stated that there is a possibility of more suspects that they do not have a theory on or a motive for this shooting at this time. I just want to say rest in peace because he didn't deserve to die. He did a lot for Memphis community.
Exactly.
And he
so
was a family
young.
man.
Yeah.
He was a family man.
He most definitely was a family man. So
Yep. They also still carried on his legacy. Young Dolph gave turkeys out to families. He started doing that some years back. So this year, some of his friends and family members, they still decided to do that this past Thanksgiving. So, I mean, we truly lost some legends. We truly lost some good people in 2021. So, long live our legends.
And they do have a contribute coming out, Long Live Dolph. So
they do.
definitely tune into that.
They actually had a repass for Young Dolph. They had two, one for personal, family and friends, and then they had a big one at the FedEx Forum in Memphis
Wow.
for the residents that was close.
And his children
Memphis,
spoke, and it was very beautiful, very touching.
Yeah, a lot of celebrities came out that he knew or, that he had some type of relationship with, like Monica. She came. She spoke. C. Murder wrote a letter, and she came on C. Murder's behalf.
I love
And,
Monica.
It's crazy because, like, I mean, I don't want to really get into much of it, but, like, I feel like we need to stop the gun violence and stop the peace and stop this King of Memphis because it's so many kings. Like, Yo Gotti is somebody that I like, but when Young Dolph died, it's like, I get it, the streets, like, if I don't mess with you in real life, then when you pass, like, I'm not going to say anything about you passing because I don't mess with you, but we got to stop being that way.
Exactly.
We got to, because we lost a friend, a father, a son, a brother, a cousin, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And, like, what if
yes.
that was you?
Yes.
And he has not yet to say anything about Young Dolph. The guy that I spoke on, Justin Johnson, that's 23, straight drop. He's actually a rapper under Young Dolph label. So when they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer,
That's exactly
that's
what he
who.
did.
That's what this Justin Johnson guy is.
That's deep.
Yo Gotti ended up putting a tweet and he deleted it on Twitter.
Wow.
He was like, this is when they were saying that they was going to capture Justin and he's going to jail. He tweeted, he said something like, don't worry, we going to bond him out. So
Girl, bye.
it is. And then
Girl, hush. That is, ain't no way. Ain't no way he said that.
I promise you. He
Oh, gosh.
tweeted and he deleted it. And then Black Youngster. Y'all know Black Youngster?
Yeah.
Like, I like him.
His music.
But he went to actually Young Dolph's family member gravesite and did a whole video, and it was a diss to Young Gotti. I mean to
Young dog.
Dolph.
ooh, Young Dolph. Yeah.
Yes. But shout out to Grove Hero for holding it down because he really has been on all of them about the disrespect with Young Dolph, and I really do appreciate that because he doesn't deserve anything less.
He doesn't.
That's true.
Well, we gonna move it up a little happier
On a-
on another move because
On a happier note.
so yeah, new year, new me. Like
Yes.
it's the new year. Like,
It is the
how's
new year.
everybody doing? Like, y'all
Great.
good?
This year is starting off
good.
amazing. I feel like for all of us,
Yes.
starting something new.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here with you
Yeah.
ladies. This is something new for me, so
Something very new.
yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm really ready to do this. Yeah.
We're glad to have you ladies here. It's
Thank you.
exciting,
Thank
to
you.
see some new faces.
Thank you.
Lively energy
Yes.
is here.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we just appreciate it.
Very welcome.
So y'all mental health is good right now. Everybody
Yeah,
can say.
it's
My-
better for me
Okay.
since last year.
I think mine has been on a climb since the end of last year.
Really?
I let go of a lot of heavy baggage.
And you deserve that. We deserve that. We
I let
deserve
go of a
that.
lot of heavy baggage, so I think
Yes.
I think mine has been on the incline, and it's going to continue to get better. I'm in a good headspace. Good.
Okay,
Yes.
so
A lot of yoga, a lot of meditation, and a lot of self-love. Yes. So my mental health is good.
when you say you have let go a lot of baggage, do you want to elaborate that a little bit?
Well, I mean, we can. I am in the beginning stages of getting a divorce.
Okay.
I have been married about 18 years.
That's a
Yes,
long time.
that's a long time. I have adult children.
Okay.
So I think we were not made for each other.
Yeah.
We had some beautiful kids together,
Understand.
but I did not bring out the best in him. He did not bring out the best in me,
And
and we
that's
both
okay.
needed to move on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So
And you would say-
No, not so gone now. We ain't gonna say all that now. I ain't
But
gonna-
you're smiling, and that's
Yes.
a lot.
Yeah.
That you're
And
able
you
to
got a glow.
overcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
It's a
you.
new glow. It's
Let
fresh.
your soul glow.
There you go. Hey, I'll drink to that. I'll
Hey.
drink to that.
Okay, so since we talking about New Year, I mean, did y'all do anything? Like, what y'all do for New Year's?
I went to Eddie V's with my significant other.
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
And how was that? I don't know what Eddie V's
me
is.
either.
So Eddie V's
either.
is a seafood steakhouse. It's very upscale. It's on Broadway in Nashville at
Okay.
the end of Broadway. So you can still walk to Broadway if you want to. I mean, ain't nobody feeling Broadway.
You and your
Yeah.
significant other do a lot of upscale.
Okay.
Every time I hear it's upscale. We went here for this and we went here for that.
We're trying
You got
to
a brother? No, I was just saying.
He doesn't. Okay, let's push the brakes a little bit now. Let's
Thanks for a brother. You got a brother.
Exactly. Pump the brakes, okay? No,
Y'all goofy.
Oh man.
it's a really good restaurant. I advise everyone to try it out.
Okay.
Eddie V's.
What about you, Shell Shock? What you do?
You know, I always spend the New Year's Eve with my daughters. So to top it off, we're gonna get our passport for the new year.
Okay.
And I'm planning on traveling the world. So
That's my rich friend, y'all.
Catch your flights. Catch your flights. Catch your flights.
Absolutely, it'll be rich one day.
That's right.
What you do, Black Eye?
What did I do? Well, I spent New Year's with my significant other too.
Okay.
We took it a little old school, you know, something that my family used to do. We used to pop that sparkling wine. That
Oh, yeah.
you know, it really ain't got no.
Alcohol.
That's my
But that's just something we always
It's a
did
tradition.
growing up. It's
That's-
a tradition.
And that was our
So,
tradition too, yeah.
Well, we did that. Took some pictures, listened to some music, danced a little bit. Kept it cute, kept it classy, maybe a little nasty, but it was New Year, new cheers, you know.
All right.
That's cool.
I was fixing.
Well, actually, I brought the new year in with Omicron.
You said what?
COVID. Yeah.
Oh, COVID.
Yes, COVID. Yeah, my daughter and I. Yeah.
Oh, bless your heart. Bless your
Yeah,
heart.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you came, over
Knocked it
COVID.
out in 3 days. We were good.
Look at God.
Yeah, I'm a medicine woman.
That immune system said,
That's right. I'm a medicine woman. I make my own medicines, and that's exactly what I did, and it worked.
Well, can you make me some kind of medicine for a man? Because everybody got a significant other up here but me.
So what did you do on New Year's?
You're not by yourself. baby.
Well, so y'all know I be name dropping.
Oh, Lord.
Me and
Oh, she's stuttering.
God damn it.
Men in.
What was the nickname?
Come on now.
I don't think we gave him a nickname. So when me and Shell Shock talk, we give the men a nickname. But see, on this podcast, we drop names. You feel me? So it was DeAndre.
Oh, Lord.
Me and my friend, we just no, I'm lying. I was by myself, y'all.
Oh, you think about him too much. Ooh.
Call me. But yeah, I was by myself. Me and my son. He was upstairs playing. So like for Christmas, like he wanted these LED lights around his ceiling. So I had got them for him and a disco ball.
Oh, that's dope.
So he got like a whole club upstairs. That's why he be bumping.
My daughter has that in her room.
Basically when it was time to count down, I called him because I was on the couch watching movies, drinking champagne. And I told him, let's count down. So we count down. He did not want to count down. He just wanted, he didn't care. I think he just wanted to go upstairs. And I was alone. So I'm like, boy, count down. We gonna count down. So we counted down when we said 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. I was like, Happy New Year's, Lanny. He was like, no. I was like, wow. So that's how I spend my New Year's.
Oh,
That's sweet though.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. You were with your baby.
That's how I spend my
The
New
number
Year.
one man in your life.
Yeah, not my man, ladies, because y'all need to stop calling y'all men. Y'all sons, y'all.
Y'all
men.
king.
But he's the number one so far in my life.
Yes.
well, I'm just happy to know that everyone crossed over into another year, especially you know
Exactly.
making it through COVID. I experienced COVID last year, and I would say COVID is a beast. And so just to have that and still be in such great spirits, that speaks volumes about you.
Well, thank you.
So-
Thank you. Thank you.
So since we speaking on New Year's resolution, like, do y'all and keep it at this question, okay? Do y'all have a New Year resolution?
Yes.
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
What is it?
So mine is to get out of the corporate world. I'm trying to focus on my own self, my own brand, who I am as a woman, and I'm trying to go into I am going into real estate. Let me not say trying. I am going into real estate, so I'm very excited about that.
Okay. Let's clap it up.
Clap for me. If you want a home, then you know who to contact.
All right.
All right. Anybody else got a New Year's resolution?
Well, I'm just gonna live my best life.
Live your
That's
best
it.
life on it.
I'm living my best
time,
life.
honey.
That's
Okay.
it.
That's what I want to do. I just want to focus more on myself.
I would like to, honestly, when people talking about the new year and new me, I literally
Go ahead.
laugh because I was like, ain't nobody, your life is not going to change overnight. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we're in like the second, third week of the year.
That's true.
And I made some changes, and it was some unexpected changes.
Okay.
I have held myself accountable. I used to do some activities, and I've held myself accountable. What I mean by that, use some illegal substances,
Oh.
and I'm celebrating sobriety right now. I'm doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because I want to be in the moment. I want to enjoy what I have, who I have, and just be in the moment and just grow. Another thing I'm learning how to do is just communicate.
Beautiful. Yes.
I really lacked in that. And this year, I'm finding myself opening up more. Even on my job, it's like I really don't like, asking for help or, doing certain
I'm the same
things.
way.
And I'm opening my mouth and I'm seeing the results. And sometimes it's still very challenging. But throughout this year, I would love to see a totally different person than who I've known all my life.
That's good.
Taking
That's
responsibility. I love that.
good. That's good.
I
That's
love
good.
that.
That's
I don't
beautiful.
have a New Year's resolution because I just feel like, and that goes to our next question. What is the reason for a New Year resolution? I feel like people say like they're gonna do something starting in the beginning of the year, and then like week 2, they're not doing what they said they was going to do. Like, for example, January, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna, Thanksgiving, I'm gonna eat all I can eat. Christmas, I'm gonna eat all I can eat. Then when it comes to January, I'm gonna get on my diet. I'm gonna start working out, going to the gym. 2 weeks in, hey girl, what you doing? Girl, eating some church's chicken. I thought you was on the diet.
Right.
That's
So it's
how I was
like,
last
You
year.
picked Church's chicken.
right. We from Memphis, so church's chicken.
And a biscuit.
Oh God, little honey.
Ooh, yes.
I love a church's chicken biscuit.
So no, I don't You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
I think every day you should try to strive to be your best self.
I
Yeah.
agree.
You see what I'm saying? And so it should be a ongoing, not just a New Year's resolution. It should be a everyday resolution.
It should be.
Every day you should strive to be better. And so
Absolutely.
I
That's
think
why I
when I
say-
look at a New Year's resolution, I look at, okay, this year is my year to accomplish what I have been thinking about, what I've been, my aspirations. I think it's not more so like, oh, it's January 1st, now I'm going to start it. It's no, this is my year to accomplish what I want.
Exactly.
Well, and
At
I-
your own pace.
Right, and I kind of
Right.
cheat because the Gregorian calendar is it starts January 1st, but
What's a Gregorian?
and that's the calendar that we go by here in the Western world.
Okay.
And so the calendar that I like to go by is the ones that usually our ancestors from Africa and places like that. We start in the spring when life is starting.
Right.
That's when the new year starts.
When everything's blooming.
Right, when
Yeah.
everything's blooming. So
Yes.
I kind of cheat, and then, I feel like I got till March. March 21st to start my New Year's resolution.
Y'all, she a Gemini.
That makes sense, though. It makes sense.
So, but hey.
Right now,
Yeah.
I start my new year on my birthday, so I already started. So really?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how I do it.
I don't do it at all. In my head, I be thinking of stuff, but I'm be like, fuck this shit. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
No, like, I'm gonna be me.
Right.
And then they be like, New Year, new me.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That
I
kills
really don't
me.
like
New Year, same you.
Exactly.
Same.
Same.
Yeah, it's a new you. You're a year older.
It should be growth. right. I feel like it's all about growth.
It's not a new year,
It
year,
is.
It's
new
all
year
about
old you.
Or at least, no, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest. I'll be like, okay, this year, I want to X out certain things that I did that I shouldn't have done.
In the previous year.
Yeah, this
Right.
year. Like, freaking married men. Like, messing with married men. Like, that's like a deep conversation. Because some women are so scared to even bring it up because they're ashamed and they feel like they will be judged. But, on this podcast, we keep it real. I didn't mess with any married men last year, but I used to.
Last year? So like the year before or the year before that?
Hey.
At this point, she's pleading the fifth.
Right.
Okay.
So I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But that wasn't my New Year resolution for this year. This year, I don't have a resolution, but I have expectations of myself, and my expectations that I have set for myself was to be more stern with people and to be very honest. Cause like I'm honest and blunt.
Yeah, and stern.
But
So
you're
how
honest
stern you
to
gonna
a
get?
certain extent.
I'm trying to ask
That's what I
myself
want to know.
To a certain extent.
Like, God dang, what you know?
You scared me, so I don't know what to say.
What the fuck is that? What you mean? Come on now. How stern you gonna be?
Hold on,
boo?
what y'all doing?
Okay.
Yes, how stern?
Right.
Take them shoes off before y'all come in here. That's my sister though.
I mean, we are Aquarius, so
Got to keep it all the way.
the
up.
most hated zodiac sign.
Cause we the best.
wonder
of the
why.
best, the
But all
cream of the
y'all really
crop.
want to be
wonder
us.
why.
The cream of the
for real.
crop.
They most definitely do.
All
Gang,
right.
gang.
No comment.
We got 3 Aquarius. 3 Aquarius at the table, so you already know what it is.
Know what it gonna be.
But yeah, that's only my expectation is just to be more stern, be very honest. Cause normally, like with my friends, I'll kind of sugarcoat how I feel with them.
Yes,
But this year, it's like F it because I had a friend last year. She was not supportive. We gonna get into that, y'all. But she wasn't supportive on none of that. So it's like this year, no, it's all about my loved ones, my real friends, this podcast,
New
my
friend.
business, and my loved ones.
All right.
And maybe your baby
my.
daddy.
Keyword my.
I'm just playing. I don't mess with people, baby daddy, but I'm just saying, like, that's all.
Yeah, you
this
said
year,
it.
peace.
Yeah.
No,
This year
I'm
it's
dead
about
serious.
being
I don't.
selfish. It's about being
Peace.
selfish.
Yeah,
There's
cause
nothing wrong
you
with that.
ain't nobody
It's
gonna
okay to
love
be
you but
selfish
you.
about yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're gonna get into some things. So our first topic is basically men questions. Men have submitted some questions to us and would like us to answer them.
Okay.
So the first question is: most women are not submissive to their man, but want a man to treat them like diamonds and pearls, BKA queens. Why is that?
You know, I can't really answer that question because I'm not like that. If my man, I feel there should be a balance. I like to be submissive to my man because I want to be. I love to be that. I love to portray both, be submissive and dominant at the same time. When I want what I want, you better give me what I want. But at the same time, I know when to be submissive because I know I'm going to get what I want from that.
Heard.
Absolutely.
That's a hand clap right there.
Absolutely.
Cheers for Paris.
Absolutely. And I'm
No
just not
Hilton.
gonna-
No, Hilton.
I'm not gonna waste my time with the guy that I'm not gonna be submissive with. So I just make sure that I am dealing with a guy that I know that I want to be submissive with.
Yes.
Man,
And
time.
I feel like being submissive
time.
is sexy.
Absolutely, and it's fun.
Vixen, what you over there thinking about?
Right.
Oh.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm from a different generation. I'm 46. So this
Hold on, let's give it up, baby, for 46, because you look damn sure good for your eyes.
10
Absolutely.
years younger, if not
Thank you,
20.
thank you. I think the thing is, for me, the word submission has such a negative connotation to it, and it has been seen as weak, and in most terms, submissive means that you have a master in which you have to be submissive to.
That's true.
I think both men and women should be submissive to each other's love.
Yes.
And then everything else follows.
Yes.
I want to be submissive, but I want to be submissive to a man's love, which makes me comfortable in his arms and in his care. But in turn, he should be submissive to my love, because he should also be comfortable in my arms and in my care, you know. And so that to me is what submission is. It's not a woman be submissive or a man be submissive. It's we be submissive to each other's love.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah, so it's just
100%.
so it's just a little bit different.
It should go
for
both
me.
ways.
Yeah,
And I feel
Absolutely.
like being submissive should definitely flow naturally. It should never be pressed upon or, you know, what is the word that I'm looking for? Forced. I
Exactly.
feel like it should flow naturally, especially if you're in love and you want to do those things for that man or for that woman. Submissive comes with love, feelings,
but my thing is,
emotions.
why is it such a need for submission? And that's the
a good
question that should be asked for men. Like, why not just have me love you?
Exactly.
And that love make me want to do whatever it is you need for me to do, because I love you.
You say that with so much passion. I'm just like,
I mean, it's the truth,
Yeah.
and that should go
Yeah.
both ways.
Well,
You
she's
see what I'm
also
saying?
been married as well, and I don't think any of us have been married, so it's kind of a
Right.
difficult conversation.
Listen.
I feel like because she's very experienced, and we're
We're new to it, you know.
Why y'all
A lot of these men are intimidated. So like
don't wanna be.
when they can get a woman that is submissive to them, it makes them feel manly and like, yeah, you know. And I like to be able to make my man feel like he got me and I'm his and I'm only his.
Yeah.
It's sexy, you know.
Slip on your.
But I don't think that's submission.
But
Exactly, but I don't think that's submission when you feel good with your man. That's
well,
that's
for
love.
them, they feel good. They feel like they
I think
got
this
you.
word
wanna
submission
answer
is.
the question.
Yes, go
Just throw it out
ahead.
there
Please.
like that.
I
Thank you.
want to answer it.
Yeah, let's what do you think?
Just speaking from
From a what?
the LGBT perspective, as a dominant person, I totally agree with the love spectrum. I feel like submission should come from love. I feel like even in my relationship or in previous relationships, I wouldn't have been, submissive, to females or whatever. But in the relationship that I have now, I find myself falling asleep on my woman. I want, to lay on her bosom and to feel loved and to feel like I can be held too.
Absolutely.
And
comfortable.
the same thing from her, and that all comes from love. That comes from a place of comfort. It's not necessarily about, hey, do as I say, or do what I tell you to do, or do this or do that. You know, you want your person, you know, to, like you say, if you love them, to automatically, you know, want to do certain things, but you have to have a certain foundation, you know, of love, you know, in order for those things to happen. So I do feel like love is most important, and if you have not experienced true love, then you wouldn't understand, because a lot of people do have the wrong idea of what submission is.
Yes.
And I'm young, so there are still a lot of things that I'm learning, you know, about submission and what it means to be dominant or submissive. And you have to be able to have a balance. And sometimes
You
I
just
still,
said it. That's
you
what I
know,
was thinking.
I still struggle sometimes trying to find that balance. But when you really have that love for a person, you're capable of being comfortable enough to submit, to follow.
And to let them lead.
And to
Exactly.
feels
let them
good.
lead. Yeah.
Exactly.
I would say for me, believe it or not, I'm very submissive.
I believe you.
Thank you. Yeah. I grew up with both of my parents, and I never seen my mom and dad argue. I never seen them fight. Probably about 3 years ago, I just found out that like my dad cheated on my mom. So, and I was like, "What? You got my daddy messed up." But I know how I am, so it's like I get it from my daddy. So like, okay, well, yeah, I believe you. You get the joke.
Yeah. You get the joke.
So yeah, but that doesn't mean like I'm earning your clothes. Not like the 1200 submissiveness. Like I'm not about to earn your clothes and hang them up and cook your food when you're home. Like, no, like we gonna take turns cooking. I cook for you. You cook for me. Now, if you need me to earn your shirt, I'll earn your shirt. But if my feet hurt, massage my feet.
Absolutely.
Put gas in my car because I hate going to the gas station.
Yes.
So it's like we're submissive.
Submissive
Put your
to each other.
We're submissive to each other.
Absolutely.
And I think it works best that way because you don't argue. Because it's like, I want to do these things for you, and he want to do those, or she want to do those things for me, and it works.
It
Right.
works.
Times have changed, though. You mentioned the 1200s, and I think that's the thing, and I may be wrong, and a man can definitely correct me, but their idea of submission comes from before women were in the workplace. That's where that idea came from. And so now we both work. You see, we're both out there. We
Talk
both
about
have to
it.
help
Talk about
make
it.
a living. And so it's going to be extremely hard for me to be have that type of submission and still be a provider.
Yes.
You know, and so that's it's almost like men want their mom, but they also want a partner in crime. So they want you to, and this is just how I feel, and this
Okay.
is what I see, because I could totally be wrong, but I feel like they want a superwoman. They want someone who can do it all, who can come home, take care of the kids, take care of the household, and be that, and then also pay half the bills or work to help provide for what needs to be in the home.
Wow.
And it's because those things are needed. It's not like, you know, men and women both have to work now. That's just definitely how it is, because, you know, we're making what
don't make
average
enough.
man makes about $45,000 a year.
Exactly.
And that's just the truth. You see what I'm saying? So to really live comfortably, he's
both
going to
have
have
to
to make that, and that woman's going to have to make that in order to even have a family and have a family that's not on welfare. You see what I'm saying? So they have to take those things into account
Accountability.
of what submission is, and that's why we have to submit to our family and us, and not me just submit to a man, but he has to submit to me and the family as well.
Right.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay.
And did I explain that
you
correctly?
got it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're making a lot of sense down there.
Like, everybody got quiet, like,
Oh, you got us over
You
here,
making
and
us-
yeah, we really think over
Thinking
here.
like, dang, that's it.
Like she dropping some gems.
We appreciate that.
Yes.
But we're gonna go on to our next question.
yes, let's go on.
So I want to know, why is marriage a goal for women?
Who said that?
Right, Portia Williams voice. Who said that?
That's what I want to know.
Never been my goal. Like, I never been the little girl that be like, oh, let's play Barbies. I'm gonna get married with
Right.
a husband and a white picket fence. No.
I was that girl. I mean, I grew up with both of my parents, so my mom never had to work. My father provided, and I'm like, I want this one day. I still want it, so
Yeah.
absolutely.
But why is it a goal?
I want that stability. I don't want to have to work. I want to be a housewife.
So you want to be taken care of.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been working. I'm 36 years old, and I've been working, taking care of my daughters. I would love to be a housewife now.
But I don't
my
see
time.
anything
But
wrong
that's
with
not a goal to be married. You just want a man to take care of you.
I do. It's not a goal, but that's what I want, and I want someone like my father.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You
Nothing
can
at
actually
all.
find somebody who will do that.
Exactly.
So
You
let
know?
me ask you: do you want a man to take care of you without the marriage?
No, I want the marriage.
You want the marriage.
I want the marriage.
Okay.
And I want them to want to take care of me. And there are men out there that wants their wife at home.
But why do you want the marriage if you and I'm not like, we all have opinions. We all can agree to disagree, like, but I'm just curious, like, and you said you don't want a man that's not basically you want a man that's your husband to provide for you, not just a man on the streets, right?
Right.
So what is the goal of being married besides a man taking care of you?
I mean, having someone you can call your husband. You know, there's more opportunities that you can have with a husband. You know, if anything would go wrong with his health, you have that responsibility to take care of him when you guys go to the hospital. If he's just my boyfriend, there's a possibility I can't even go back there with him if he gets injured or hurt. You know, the having that husband, and then just the stereotype of being a black woman and how the fathers are never there. I don't want that. I want this man to be my husband.
Well, the
just like my
percentage
father.
has raised on black family households having the father and mother. The percentage has increased, which is very good.
That's amazing.
I think it's a beautiful thing when a woman wants to stay home and take care of her children and her man. You know, when it is a choice. I think that's beautiful because I think what we've gotten away from is the fact that once you have children, those are what's important. And to me, there should be someone there when that child comes home and to be able to take the child wherever it needs to go, any extracurricular activities without the stress of having to work as well.
Yeah, it's hard on these kids. You know, I have a daughter that's deaf. If I could be at home with her, helping her with her homework, man, the sky is the limit for her.
Well, that
you know,
is-
and it's hard for a single mother like
I
myself.
agree, and that's for a man to come into your life and is willing to accept that.
Absolutely.
So, just raise your hand. How many women at this table feel like it's a goal for them to be married?
I'm going to just say.
I'm like, why not?
Been there, done that.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think it's a goal for
Not
men
doing
to
that
be
again.
married?
I think it should. If they want their empire out there, they should look for a wife.
But do you think men actually say it's a goal for them to be married like y'all do?
Absolutely not. Because it's so easy for them to go out there and get women that don't want to be married and will still have their kids, you know? So they're looking at it like they don't need to be married.
And nowadays, they don't think we have anything to bring to the table, so.
Yeah.
But do
that
we?
part.
But do we? Because all I see is BBLs.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that because I feel like most men, especially my man, they may see on social media, okay, these women with BBLs, but at the end of the day, they are not wifey material to them. I think a man, just like Young Dolph, his wife, she was just a regular.
He
woman.
wasn't married.
Okay, his woman, the mother of his children, she was just a regular woman. She wasn't an Instagram model. She didn't have BBL. She didn't have her tits done. I mean, not that I know, but to me, if I were to look at her, I think she was just a regular businesswoman, and I appreciate that. I feel like not every man wants to be with someone that's out in the open on social media, has a lot of fans. A man wants to keep his woman to himself, and that's okay. And I feel like a man would want to marry that and have his kids by a woman that's not just in the social light all the time.
Yeah, men should want to have a wife for sure.
I'm just going to be real.
Speak on it.
I'm just going to speak for the fellas. I really do feel like men want to be married, but a lot of men are hurt. And a lot of females probably would frown upon me for saying that, but what I know from women and just experience, women can cause a lot of pain.
Yes. I agree.
Women can do some really hurtful things, and guys tend to stray away.
Okay.
And
I like that word.
they tend to have behavioral changes, and that causes them to be careful, upon who they choose to marry. Like
They
you say,
tread lightly. They
a
tread
lot of
lightly.
women, just aren't wife material. And I believe that a fella knows when he has wifey material in front of him.
Yes.
I do too.
A lot of women complain about, oh, you ain't shit, or you ain't you this, that, and the third, and whoop. But at the same time, what are you showing this man that makes him want to even want to marry you? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you can't just show up and think, oh, I got a big ass, or I look good, or whatever. That's gonna make me, want to marry you. You gotta.
And bring more to the table.
You gotta want something. You gotta actually have a drive. You gotta be independent. Show that you can. You are mature. You're emotionally. There are certain things. I'm sorry. I'm really on the fellas.
that's true.
I'm really on the fellas side, because I would say, starting out for myself, I really was really heavy on the marriage part, and it was females that really hurt me and changed, a lot of my image and behaviors. And like now, I'm finding myself getting back into that groove of wanting, a marriage, but it takes a lot, because it's like you put so much on a person. It's like, nah. Like, I mean, that's just my opinion. I could really, say some things. I mean, that isn't for everybody, because you got some guys just like females that just don't want marriage, and then you got some just like females that want that marriage. You want a family, you want stability, you want somebody who caters to you, submits to you, somebody who loves you, who will do anything for you, who's there for you through, the sickness and health, who wants to speak on your behalf, all those things. But it just takes the right person to bring that out of you.
And that's
It does.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That and patience. I feel a lot of men and women go through traumatic experiences from past relationships. I know I have, and with my current relationship, and I'm sorry if I keep speaking on it, but it's a blessing for me, because I went through a lot of traumatic experiences in my previous relationships, and the man that I have now has been so patient with me for over the year and some months that we've been together. I mean, he should have been left me a long time ago with the things that I would say. Not that I would curse him out or be nasty to him, but it's more of the past situations that's been like, okay, well, you could do this to me, but I have to always remember that he's not like that. And if he's willing to stay with me and he wants to see me grow with him, then of course, yeah, he would want to marry me.
Talk about it.
Absolutely.
That's real. That's real.
Yes.
Y'all getting deep. deep. Well, we got a next question from the fellas. They said they wanted to know, have a woman ever messed with a married man? If so, why?
I don't think I've missed. I don't recall.
No,
think
but
I
I've been on the other end. I've been the wife of the husband who
Missing.
some woman. Yes.
What about you, Shashak? You ever messed with a married man?
Unfortunately, by default, I've been with this guy for years. He had multiple women in rotation, and he decided to marry one of them. And he decided to still keep me in that rotation. And manipulation is very serious, and the way he was able to explain why he decided to do what he did and kept me in his life. And, if I can go back, I would have changed some things. So
Are you saying that you knew he was married?
I knew he was getting married, absolutely. And the person that he was getting married to knew he was involved with me as well. It was just a whole ordeal, thinking, oh, if he marries me, he's gonna stop doing what he's doing, things like that, and that didn't happen. Just being young and stupid. There's a lot of changes that I would have made back then, but once again, you can't. If you really love someone, you really can't just stop it. Just because of certain things. So.
I have a question. What if it is okay with that woman that the man is married to, that he has another woman? In some relationships, people are married, but it's okay for them to step outside of their marriage. Is that wrong? So just say, for instance, if I meet a married man and he has a wife and his wife says, cool.
So basically, you're asking, do you think that if they're married and they're open, then it's fine? Is that okay?
Yes. Is it the same thing?
I think if there's room for conversation and they both agree to it, I mean, I don't really see the harm in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of open marriages these days.
I think it's just it depends on what you believe in.
Yeah,
that's what you believe in. But a lot of people mess with married people. Period. Men mess with married women, and women mess with married men, and
I think this. I think the conversation should be had. I think if men realize that you really should sit down and have that conversation with your wife or even with your girlfriend, they would see that more women are open to the thought of having a man having multiple women in his life.
Hold on, run that back to that again.
I'm saying if a man, say for instance, this is just hypothetical, and I'm not saying this is you, but if a man had the conversation that he wanted to have multiple women or multiple wives, if he has that conversation up front before he gets married, then he would understand men would see that a lot of women are open to polygamous relationships.
Yes,
it's just the fact that they don't even bring up the conversation because they automatically believe that this woman is not going to agree with it. I'm cool with polygamy. I do not. I think it's for we outnumber men as women. I'm okay with it. Now, do I think everybody can have a polygamous relationship? No, I don't. Men and women. I think there are women out there that can't handle it. I think there are men out there that can't handle it. But I think it is, and it should be something that's open for conversation because it would really cut out all this cheating.
Yeah, and it contradicts me because I'm not cool with that, but yet I still dealt with a man that got married. So yeah, but if I can do it over, I wouldn't have.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to take it all in. But I just want to say the next question was, why do you think married men cheat? And you really basically just put your input on that particular question.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Well, let's get to the next question then. It says, what did you learn from messing with a married man if you have messed with a married man? So I guess shell shock. Did you learn anything from messing with a married man?
Yeah, I mean, if you are looking for, like, let's say you want to have a man to yourself, I definitely learned that I should have just left when he did get married. I should have moved on because I wasted time. I broke my own heart. He didn't just break my heart. I broke my heart.
I'm glad you realized.
You know what I'm saying?
That takes a lot to just take accountability about
exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got something to say.
What is it, Ocean? What is it?
Why? Okay, so it was a situation where, I was in a relationship with this particular guy. We broke up. He ended up going back to his ex. They got married, or they were married. And the ex blamed me for her husband leaving her. Now, keep in mind, the whole time, if this was your husband, how did you allow this man to get me impregnated? We lived under the same roof. His daddy said he liked me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a whole relationship. And then the bad part is not the bad part on, well, not the bad part as the whole aspect. The bad part as if you're saying I stole your man or I'm sleeping with a married man, why did you allow me to babysit your children? Why did you drop them off at my house?
I mean, it sounded like she had that conversation with him, that she was okay with it at first, and possibly just reneged on the whole deal.
I think it has a lot to do with jealousy on her end.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say, because it's like, come on now, like, and then again too, if you feel like your husband cheated on you or did this or did that, if y'all, in my head I'm thinking they not married, but you know, if they were married, it wouldn't be me. Like, if you allow this man to do these things to you or whatever, and y'all still legally married, like, I wouldn't be living with him right now today, because you impregnate a woman.
Right.
Your husband took over as a father figure to this lady's child. Then this lady, I mean, I bathed her kids. Who put their children in other house homes with other people and allowed these people to touch their children?
A damaged woman.
Yes.
A woman that's damaged.
I believe that's
And
what
a
she
woman
is.
that has been hurt and was damaged by that man as well. That's the type of woman.
Okay.
And it may have been safer for those kids to be with you and him than with her, with the issues that she could have been going through. That's what type of woman does that.
Well, you know, she called me. We had a conversation. She told me, she said, okay, I'm not giving y'all the whole story. I'm not. But in long story short, they was legally married, and he decided that he was just like, he was trying to get a divorce from her. She wouldn't sign the papers. I had an option. I'm just gonna keep it real. I had an option because he did tell me at first. He said they were legally separated. And he said that he was married. He's trying to figure it out, whatever. I didn't know we was going to get this close. So we ended up getting close like that. So once we finally, moved in together and was a couple, like literally he posted me on social media, which is cliche, but people do that. So that just let you know we official.
Right.
But he did all that, and his mom seen it. His dad knew, we took trips. She would say stuff to him like, why you be taking her on trips? You never took me on trips. So why you do this with her? You never did do this. Long story short, he ended up saying, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get this taken care of for real. I'm going to get a lawyer, and we going to set a court date. End up getting a lawyer, because I told him, I was like, nah, if you not going to do this, I'm gone. So he got a lawyer. We set up a court date. He asked me to come to his court date. I was like, no, I'm fine, because at this point, I believe you. And he never really lied to me. He kept it like 100 the whole time.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, go and do what you do. So she ended up calling me after, I guess, like days later after the court date or whatever. She was like, you know what? If my kids are going to be, in your household, we need to have a relationship. That doesn't sound like a woman that stole your man. Because now you're on the phone with me at this point trying to talk to me and maybe get the tea out of me. I don't know, but I felt like you were trying to be cordial, because at the end of the day, your kids come to my house.
It seems like she wanted, sorry to intrude, but it seems like she was wanting what he was giving you.
Maybe she wanted that relationship to make sure that her kids were okay. I mean, you don't know what she was thinking, but it could be, okay, let me go ahead because I've lost, and let me build this relationship with this woman so she'll be nice to my kids.
Or maybe she felt like she was doing it out of love for him, and that possibly at some point she could get him back.
Could be.
Like he can see
Well,
that she's making changes. And yeah.
She definitely got him back, because I kicked him out. We had an issue going on. After I had, I'll be honest, when I was pregnant, I was going through it, because y'all know I got, had, thank God, fibroids. So this is when I lost the baby that was 5.5 months pregnant, and I was 5.5 months pregnant.
So sorry.
Gotcha.
He really wasn't there for me, because the whole time he was thinking that, like, I didn't want to have children at that time anyway, and so the whole time he was thinking like I was doing it on purpose.
Well, it sounded like he had some issues.
Absolutely.
Girl. Anyway, I kicked him
I can
out.
only imagine what she was going through.
And the first person he called was her mom, because she lived in the same city. So he was like, hey, can I come put my clothes over there? Oh, she kicked me out. And she calling me, girl, why he over my house? I said, because we're done like that. She was like, well, he can't come to my house. He better go somewhere. Whatever. Anyway, he stayed at her house. She accepted him in. He still would contact me and be like, I'm in the girls' room. Like, I don't sleep with her. We're not in the same room. She's letting me stay here for a couple of months until I get my shit together.
Absolutely.
And at this point, it wasn't no game to run because
I'm saying, but he was still trying to run game. You just weren't falling for it.
I was just like, oh, okay, well, do what you need to do.
Exactly.
So after that, I ain't gonna lie, because it was feelings. I was with this man and whatever. So he would like ask me to go have brunch with him or do this or whatever, and I would. And then once I got like kind of well, I'd start back sleeping with him and stuff like that. And so once that happened, I was like, well, it was just like, for me, like, it wasn't right, but I feel like it was right because this man was just with me. Like, y'all married legally by papers, but we just had a whole relationship like a year and a half.
you
So
were
it's
just
like,
pregnant by him.
yeah. So
Feelings are
I
still there.
kept doing it, and then months went on. I guess they decided to be together and work things out, and she would make videos saying, well, my husband, he understands me. He knows how to communicate with me more. We do this and we do that. One thing that man told me, he said, I've never been with a woman that was submissive like you. He said, out of all the women I've ever dated, they have never been submissive like you. He said, you take your time with me. We never argue because I don't argue. He was like, you never argue with me, and you gave me patience. She's saying the same shit on the video that he does to her. Like, she was like, now we don't argue. He's patient with me. He's taught me how to be patient. Yeah, because I taught your nigga how to be patient.
Wow. So it was like you was his comment. You taught him
Yeah. And
how to treat a woman, basically.
Yeah. And I want her to see that, because it's like, girl, like, if I text him right now, come over, he coming. And it's sad. And that's why I don't want to be married, because when I have messed with me, and not this situation, because this wasn't a situation where I knew he was married and we was like sneaking. But I've had situations where I mess with married men and we sneak. And I would ask them, why do y'all step out? Why do y'all cheat? Which bring us to the next topic. Some men would say they don't know. They don't have a reason. They would say they wife is perfect. They just cheat. And then you got some men,
Because they can.
give examples. So why y'all think men cheat or marry men cheat? Do y'all
Because
think
they
y'all could
can.
be faithful?
Because there are women that are willing to mess with me.
Yeah, that's a hard subject for me to even talk about.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seriously is, because I don't know, because you can be, well, what has helped me is this thought right here, is that you can be everything to somebody. Or you can give them everything that you think that they want, and it not be enough, and it's because you're giving them what you think they want. You can give them everything that they think they want. It might not be enough because they don't know what they want. And then you can give them everything that they want, and it can be dead on, and then all of a sudden it's not enough, is because their needs change. And then when people are not happy, they do things to make themselves happy.
Absolutely.
And that's just, to me, that's how I have been able to get over what I went through.
And they rather sneak than just have the open conversation with their wife, which is, it's pretty sad, honestly. I mean, and it just leaves, it could just be very detrimental to the entire family if it just, the secret
It
gets
really
out.
can, especially when you
So,
got older kids who
yes,
understand what's going on.
Yes. I remember being in high school, and one of my friends, she was actually my neighbor, her parents were going through a divorce because her father cheated, and seeing her come to school every day and just crying about it, it's terrible. It's nothing, no kid wants to go through seeing their parents break up, especially if they grew up with both parents in the household.
Exactly.
I don't know, some kids out there want their parents divorced.
Yeah, because the way that the parent treats them, like a woman staying with a man that cheated on them so many times, it messed with their mentality, and then they don't even realize they're treating their children wrong because they so angry at their husband. Like,
Like how
that's
you want to
not
say
okay.
something. I see it all in you. What you want to say, gal? Say what you want to say. I see it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
Man, for real.
No, seriously, like, I would say,
Take your time.
trying to. Even in I'm still in my prime, but in my primer times,
Your younger days.
my younger days, if I fell for somebody, I fell for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy, to cheat. It's easy to talk to somebody else. It's easy to, do what you want to do. You have free will. You have
Exactly.
room. There's people everywhere. But if I fell for somebody, I really wanted, you know, to just be that person, you know, to have something that was unique, something that was just us. And I committed myself to someone, and it was the exact opposite of anything that I ever wanted for myself. Ever. And it got to the point where we really never talked. We really never saw each other. It was nothing like a foundation or a union. And I found myself time and time again dealing with somebody else. And this person, you know, constantly coming back into my circle, manipulating me, stripping me of everything that I thought I knew about myself, making me feel like I was crazy. I really didn't even know what the fuck I was doing anymore. And I constantly just kept, you know, I just was going in circles. And
Be blessed you got out of that early.
Yes.
what I will say is, I can understand, you know, a person cheating if they don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? People can say, you know, there are papers and that it's legal, but I mean, marriage is more than a sheet of paper. Marriage is more than a tie. It's more than just saying, "Oh, I'm with you," and that's that. You stuck. No. Because if you're hurting me and you're causing me to not even know who I am anymore, I have that right to find myself and move on. I have that right to not stay in something that's causing me to lose myself. Because even at the age that I am now, I'm finding myself all over again.
That's amazing.
And it's like, I mean, why stay in something that will even make you do that? You know, why stay in I can't even say a commitment, because at the end of the day, if you're committed to somebody and it's truly bounded and it's love, you shouldn't even see anybody else in that way.
Right.
You shouldn't even want somebody else. You shouldn't even have the desire, or it even cross your mind that I could even touch somebody else. And so to even feel like I can even do something like that, it's like, because it wasn't anything there.
Right.
Preach.
Yes.
It wasn't love. It wasn't a union. It wasn't marriage. You know what I'm saying?
And
so, I mean, that for me, it's like that's it. I was with somebody who, quote unquote, we were together, but like I said, we never talked. What I mean by that, it was constantly I'm on block. Constantly you telling me we're not together. Constantly you're not there for me when I'm sick. I got friends who's at the hospital with me when I'm having surgeries or procedures. I got friends who are at the hospital if I'm facing something legal. I got this person and that person there. That is not a relationship.
Right.
And then if you're trying to work it out and that person isn't, you know, doing that with you, I don't have to stay there.
Absolutely.
I have
not.
the right to love myself.
Absolutely.
And loving myself means moving on.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
And that's exactly, you know, in my own personal experiences, what I've actually have done.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it sucks to say, you know, you want to be with one person and one person only, but some people don't treat you, you know, like what you deserve, and you got to get what you deserve.
I admire you.
Yes.
I admire you. It took me 18 years to realize that. I admire you, and be happy that you realized it so early. So early.
But it's okay, because you're realizing it now, and now it's time for you to live in your moment.
I'm living my best life.
Okay.
I just give God, for real, when I say I give God the glory, I really, and this could make me emotional, I really felt like I wasn't gonna ever get away from this person. I felt like I had a spell on me. I felt like I was under, I really did.
Yes.
I asked her, I said, have you done, witchcraft? Have you done something to me? Because there is no way that I can stay in something like this, something that causes me to cry. I find myself in the hospital, and then all of a sudden you just back in my face, and I'm all of a sudden back in this same thing. There's no way.
Broken people.
Yes.
People. I was broken, and I just realized how broken I was. I was broken, baby.
Wow.
Broken for years.
And even if it took you 18 years or 8 days, as long as you found yourself and you were able to get out of it, that's all that matters. Because some people die in the same situation, wishing that they
die
out of
unhappy.
it. But you are still vibrant, and you're able to move on. You still got so much life, so much beauty, and you still look youthful. There is somebody who will actually take the time to love you. So don't allow, seriously, like for real. Like
For real.
Thank you, baby.
Don't allow what you went through to stop you from getting what you deserve, because there is somebody who will love you and who will teach you how to love, and you can actually love back. Just because one person didn't do it, somebody else can, somebody else will. Don't stop there.
Oh.
Preach.
I
Black
agree.
ice.
Thank you, baby.
Preaching.
Thank you,
Yes.
baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, boo. Thank you.
I'm done now. All right.
I knew you
sweating from
had
this
something on
conversation.
you. I felt that. I knew you had something on you, baby. I felt that. Thank you, darling.
Yes.
My.
It's hot here now. Right. It's hot.
It's really cold, but it's hot. Get somebody turn the heat off. We got. God dang. I felt like I was in church.
If church, church was that good, I'd be in it every Sunday.
Amen.
To God
Well,
be
we
the
gon'
glory. For real.
We gon'
For real.
damn. Should we move on?
I had to catch our breath first.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like
That
woo.
was good.
I thought
That
that
was
was
real
Vixen,
good.
but
You hit it on the dot.
Preach, honey.
So we gonna jump into another topic about Black women issues for 2022.
Ooh, yes.
So the first question is, what are some issues in 2022 that bothers you?
I think Black women are underrepresented in higher professional positions, and I'm tired of it.
True.
Truly.
I agree.
Repeat that.
I think Black women are underrepresented in professional situations.
Talk about it.
Yes.
Example.
I was just about to ask.
Oh, so okay. I just feel like a lot of us have degrees. Why are we still being underpaid?
Come on now.
Why are we put in a position where we cannot move up with a growing company? That is what ticks me off, and I think that's why a lot of Black women are moving to self-made businesses,
Entrepreneurship.
their own businesses. Yes, entrepreneurship, and I think it's a great thing. I think it's a movement. I think we have come a long way from where our ancestors came from, and I think that it is time to work for ourselves. If we want to have our own, if we want to have our own business and have other people working for us, and we be at the top and tell them what to do, versus working for the white man who's never going to move us up and is always going to keep us in the same position, the same salary, the same pay hourly rate, and then yet all of these, but white people can move up with just experience. That is what ticks me off, and that is why I will no longer be working in healthcare.
Absolutely.
And creating your own relative business.
I feel like people
And
are
when you
really
do-
intimidated by Black women. Black women are
Yes.
so powerful. A Black woman can do just about anything. If you teach her, or if it's a gift, she gonna body it.
Yes.
Period. And so I work with white people, and I know they're gonna see this podcast.
Yes.
But white people they are intimidated by the power that Black women have.
Yeah.
I started the position where I am now. I interviewed for one thing. I ended up being, placed there as something else. At the time, I had been going through some situations with jobs, and so I definitely needed to work. And so I took the position that I'm in, but I really feel like they're intimidated because they see what I have to offer, and they don't want you to go above them.
Nope.
And I still kind of deal with, if there's a lady who is in my position and she's gone now, and they constantly bring her up. Mind you, she's not. And I told them yesterday, I'm not her.
Right.
I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like they're intimidated. I too want to move over into entrepreneurship and continue, you know, my chefing for my own, you know, the potential that I have. So that's just my take on it. There's much more I could say, but I'm gonna get a floor to somebody else because I done had mine.
Listen, if I have to lie on an application and say that I declined to answer my race and ethnicity, or I'm going to put mixed or 2 or more races, that's a problem.
Why does it even matter?
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. Why does that matter?
Your gender doesn't matter, so why would your race matter?
Exactly.
Oh, the gender matters.
It's not supposed to.
It's not.
It matters.
I know it does, but it's not supposed to.
But let me tell y'all
Go ahead.
about this question. Everybody know I left my corporate job in March or whatever. I was the only black and youngest female in my department. So this position, we worked for a healthcare company, but we would install applications for their particular hospital, and we would do like PC repairments, install program, and like application development program and computer engineering. That's basically was my position. Now keep in mind, because we're gonna be real, you know, like I said, this is a real podcast. I'm gonna give y'all numbers, figures. Even though I was on salary, I'll break it down to hourly wage so y'all can get what I'm saying. I walk in, this particular position was it was salary, but hourly it was $42 an hour. Keep in mind, only black woman, youngest or whatever. So I mean, if I have the credentials and you hired me for this position, I expect to be treated the same.
Absolutely.
They bumped me down to $32 an hour. Now, even though the average black American can be like, girl, you still making money, that's not my worth.
No, you were being underpaid.
That's not okay.
Underpaid. So I took it because I asked her. First I asked her, well, if you're giving me this amount, on the job description it stated this amount. She said, well,
Talk about it.
let's see how you do and see if this is a good fit for you, and then after 3 months we'll consider raising your salary.
Then why did you hire me?
Exactly.
But you want me to do the job of a $42 salary, though.
Exactly.
Right.
So
And you hired me to do
Right.
such.
So I came in every morning. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Y'all know I'm a slick introvert, but I still know how to talk to people. So I would come in, good morning, go to my particular office, see what I got going for the day, do what I need to do, go home. They didn't like that. They wanted me to be more engaging. Okay, so now I'm more engaging. But the way y'all talk to each other, like y'all curse each other out. Like the manager, she would be like, I'm gonna give a fake name. I'll speak a real name. She'd be like, Greg, what the fuck is this? Did you work on 2 PCs? Because you had 10 to do today. He'll be like, well, I was fucking tired. Like, I'll get the shit done when I get ready to get it done.
And that's
like,
how they talk.
That's how they talk.
Because they talk just like that in my position.
Mine too.
Now, keep in
Mine
mind,
too.
I'm not used to talking like that to my
Yes.
friends.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
Or nobody, period.
No.
Because if you say one wrong thing to me, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then we supposed to be a corporate setting. Where's your professionalism is.
Right.
So I let it go on for a while, and then I got tired because it's like they talk to me like I'm crazy, but then you tell me, oh, Ocean, you just gotta deal with it. We're a family. It's only 5 of y'all.
We're not.
Wow.
You're too sensitive. No, I'm not.
No.
Right.
No, I'm not. So, but I
to
let
me
it pass.
crazy.
Then they would say stuff like, instead of calling me by my name, they would say something else like O'Shara or whatever. And it's like, well, they'll call me by my first name, but it'll be different names. And it's like, well, at this point, we have worked a year. You don't know my real name.
Oh, yeah.
So one day we was on the Zoom call because I know I kind of talk lengthy. I'm going to try to keep it short. We were on the Zoom call because COVID happened. So we had to transition from working from home, but we still had to go to the hospital and work on the devices. So a guy that thinks he's our manager, he wasn't. He was just the one that worked there the longest, and he got paid the most. But I would we would have like different programs that they would give us, and I would figure things out to the point where I can change this. Like if we had to download a program to a computer, it normally would take like 45 minutes. I changed the way that we did it, and we could do it in 25 minutes, and it was very efficient. Instead of them just saying like, oh wow, like that's awesome, you're saving us money and time, which my manager did say, but the rest of the people was like, she's coming in here trying to change what we're doing. No, if we're a team, we supposed to act like a team.
Exactly.
Is it because I'm black? Because if I was white, y'all would have been praising me, kissing my ass.
Most definitely.
But back to the Zoom call. So he asked me about this particular program. He said, hey, Ocean, have you heard about so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? And I didn't say anything because he was like, if y'all have, give him your feedback. So I got quiet. And then he said, Shara, are you there? Well, he said another name. It wasn't my name. And I was like, are you speaking to me? He was like, yeah, I'm speaking to you. I said, well, number one, I said, please address me by my name, just like I address you by your name. I said, second, I haven't had any situations in this particular program, but I would definitely give you the feedback once I get, a situation. So he goes, I don't give a F what your name is. All I need to know if you have done this or not. So what I did was the holster I gave y'all, because you know about it. I sent an email to my manager, told her everything that was going on, how I felt like I've been treated unfair. I have recordings, I have videos, and I have text messages. Yes. So after I sent that to her, she texted me, she goes to, I'm going to say my real name. She calls me, she goes, call me. So I called her. I'm like, hello? She was like, hey, what is this disturbing email you just sent me? How is it disturbing? Is it disturbing to you because of what y'all done to me? Or are you trying to say like it's disturbing because I'm labeled as the angry black woman? Long story short, they were trying to make like I was the problem. I went to her boss. He didn't say much. I went to the CEO. That's crazy. I presented him with a lawsuit because I talked to my uncle, which is currently an attorney. And he was like, oh no, they did a lot to me, to be honest. I'm not saying it, but they did a lot to me. Which we do have a court date on January 27th of this year. Now, keep in mind, this happened last year. Okay. But the court date, I don't know how they do it in the court system, but we finally got a court date because I am suing them. But the CEO he emailed me. He said, I'm sorry that it happened to you. Could you give me some time? I can come to Nashville and meet with you and the manager at the time. So I'm like, all right, cool. Long story short, basically, he didn't have any sympathy or empathy for me. He wanted to raise my salary.
That's it.
So what
to
you were
$80,000 a year.
To what you were probably supposed to be making from
in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought about it, me being young, like, God dang, miles on bitch. My dad said, you do what's best for you. If you feel like you want to continue to work there and take that money, it's up to you. So I had to think about it, and I was like, no, that's not worth my dignity, my it's just not worth it, So
if you're being treated nasty like that.
Yeah. So I respectfully declined, and I respectfully gave him a lawsuit.
Good
and
for you.
We will be in court January 27th, 2020.
I know I got me. I'm gonna do me a lawsuit too. I got a couple of them under the belt for me. And somebody at my job referred to me, hey girl, this was just the other day actually. I ain't even talk about it, but I said,
wow.
My name is Dana. Oops. Y'all heard me though. I said my name, and she was like, "Huh?" It's like my name is Black Ice. Oh, whatever. I'm like, okay, y'all keep playing. Go ahead. Be a couple of people. I'm gonna have me a couple of lawsuits going too very soon. So.
I think people have just forgotten how to treat people. I mean, because you can say that white, black, Jew, Gentile, all of us. We really have just forgotten how to respect, love each other, all together. That's how I feel.
I don't know. I feel when it comes to black women, we're always being judged. Like, why are you judging me? Like, I'm watching this show on Netflix called Selling Sunset with a bunch of white women.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got Selling Tampa, with black women.
Yeah,
and
the correlation between the two is definitely
it's
different.
completely different. Like, why are you? It was like you was watching Selling Tampa just to see if we was gonna do something just wrong. Like, why are you judging us? We're doing the same exact thing. We selling houses. How are you gonna say we didn't do anything good when it was the same situation on the other show? So I'm just like, why you gotta always judge?
There was a little bit more drama on Selling Tampa.
I disagree. I think it was the same amount of drama. Same amount of drama.
I think there was a lot of competition on Selling Tampa from the jump versus on Selling Sunset. If you look at the women who need buyers, they go to each other, the agents. They go to each agent and say, hey, do you have a buyer for this listing? Let's get this home sold. On Selling Tampa, it's more like...
They were like
upcoming
upcoming though on Selling Tampa though. It was like a new agency that they had. I felt it wasn't just there yet versus Selling Tampa or Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset's been out for, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's never been like that from the jump. I feel like Selling Tampa had a terrible representation of black women, and I feel like it should have been better and more professional. I feel like the producers did not do a good job, and I feel
they don't ever do a good job.
No, they
don't.
Got
to sell drama when it comes to us.
To black,
we got to be
like
cussing and fussing and faked
yes,
and boobs
but
it wasn't really like that though on that show. I don't think so. I think it was really professional.
I think the producers they categorized us in the wrong way on that show. I feel like it could have been much better.
But then again, once again, it's our own kind. Like, why are we as black women really bashing that show? Like, I don't understand why it's mostly our own kind that's really talking down on a show that's the same thing that we were watching. Why wasn't we criticizing these white women and all the drama that they was have going on? Now, as soon as the black women want to come out with the same exact show, we're nitpicking like, oh, you could have did this better. I feel like it was the same thing, and I think as black people in general, we just really are so hard on each other, and we shouldn't be that way when it comes to black women.
I respect that. I just think that the producers could have did better on that show. That's all I'm saying.
They could have showed a little bit more of them selling houses.
Yes. Versus all of the drama. That's true. All I'm saying.
That's true.
I do love the ladies, though. I will be watching season 2. So.
Oh, me too. Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna move along. I got about 2 more questions I'm gonna ask you, ladies, and we're gonna try to keep these a little time limited.
Alrighty.
All right. So the first question is gonna be, why do our own race compare other ethnicities to us as black women?
Well, she just kind of said that.
Like, I just feel like we just always hard on each other. I don't know if it's just from back when the slavery, we just expected more from each other. I don't know. I don't understand.
Let me tell y'all something. Even if they compare other races or whatever to us, at the end of the day, those and no shade, but those particular races duplicate us. They do, because what do they do? They go get fillers for their lips. Mm-hmm. They go get injections or transferred fat to their buttocks. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say, I believe that maybe Caucasians are the race that's known for getting boob jobs, but they try to look like us. They tan. Why are you tanning? You too pale? Okay, God made you pale. You want to be a little browner. Mm-hmm. They steal our lingo. Mm. They put braids in their hair, and it's, oh, look at Kim K. She has, what she call them?
I don't remember.
But when we do it and we go to work, you're ghetto.
Yeah, take it down.
You gotta take it down.
You can't wear your natural hair that grows out of your scalp. You can't wear curly hair.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know why, because at the end of the day, they may go outside their race, but they still seek women that looks like us.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think we do it to ourselves, but I think it's kind of self-taught, even with that whole beauty thing. We were not the example of what beauty was for years. The example of beauty was the small, slim, framed Caucasian female.
Relaxed
remember
hair.
that.
I
Yeah.
mean, nothing's wrong with it, but that's
No,
what-
no.
But
I
who
think there's
created that,
beauty.
though?
Of course,
You know?
I think,
Who said that?
you know, we can say that was created by white men, but our African American males loved that view of beauty as well, and so did we.
Yeah.
So we have to take
good hair.
consideration or responsibility for creating that monster ourselves, not loving ourselves, even recognizing that when we say that is our example of what beautiful is, we are not loving ourselves. And I must say this, we can, from what I've seen in my years, we've come a long way as Black women, and that's what we have to start like pushing. You see what I'm saying? We are beautiful. We love our natural hair more. We love our figures more. We're seeing ourselves in a different light. We're educating ourselves. You know, we're taking care of our homes. And I don't know where this thought that we don't support Black men come in, but that is the biggest myth on the planet.
Right.
You
Huge
know,
lie.
and it's all perpetuated by, you know, our culture as well as other cultures. You see what I'm saying? So we have to take responsibility to stop it, you know, because we could keep saying, oh, they do this, but if we know that they do this, then why don't we stop it?
Right.
We can stop comparing ourselves to other races because there is no comparison. And that's just the truth. You see what I'm saying?
What a little hand clap.
And that's no shade. It's no shade because you just can't compare how I look, how I look and my shape to not even another Black woman.
Maybe she got a bad shape.
You see what I'm saying? Thank you, boo. And that's the thing. Like, I am an individually beautiful Black woman. You are an individually beautiful Black woman. There's no comparison.
Absolutely.
You know, and we have to look at that and appreciate that in each other and stop beating ourselves up because we're trying to live up to some standard that's not even ours.
The narrative, quote unquote.
Exactly. And that's just the truth. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, but we constantly hearing people like having their own podcast talking about, oh, that's just not my type. You know, I don't date Black women. Like, why you always got to be like, you don't date Black women? Like, I don't never hear anyone on the podcast saying I don't date white women or Mexican women. It's always Black women.
And his mama was Black.
It's just crazy.
And so we have to get up on our own podcast and say, we don't care if you don't date Black women, boo-boo. Go date who you want to.
Can we all say that at once?
Yes.
But you steady dating people that look like us, though.
I thought we were about to
Or
say
that want to look like us.
Y'all left me hanging. Okay.
Yes, we don't care. Date who you want to date. You see what I'm saying? But why throw shade at your mama?
Exactly.
'Cause
or
that's who-
yourself.
Because that's who you throwing shade at. You ain't throwing shade at me. You throwing shade at your daddy because your daddy shouldn't have dated a Black woman because you don't date Black women so you wouldn't be Black. You know what I'm
Period.
saying? So I don't care.
We don't care that you don't like us because, baby, to be honest, you didn't really look all hot yourself. So that's one thing I wanted to say.
You know, so no, we have
If
to
we don't
love
want to be with you,
ourselves.
just say that. Jeez.
But for the last year or 2 years, I have seen a big surge in Black women loving themselves.
Yes.
And I think that's another thing that is upsetting
They're
people.
intimidated by that.
You see what I'm saying? We are taking
Yes.
time out to love ourselves. We got to stop saying intimidated too. That's how I feel.
love my dark skin, my bald head, my masculinity. I love it all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be any other Black woman but myself.
Listen, I
That's a
love
good
when
point.
I'm dressed
Clap it
up
up.
and I'm walking into a room full of white people at an upscale place and they just all looking at me like, who did she think she is? And I'm like, I'm that woman,
That
Period.
woman.
that Black woman. That's the
Period.
Yes.
only one in this room.
Yes.
Okay, and y'all got your eyes on me. I love it.
Period. And my thing is, too, I hate this. The first Black woman to do this. the first black man to do this, the first black period. Why are y'all saying the first? Like we not humans.
Right.
I don't see the first Caucasian to do this or the first Mexican.
Yeah, like they've been doing something.
Yeah, like that.
But
and
they
then,
have.
And then
They've
our
been
black,
doing it for a long time.
and black people have too.
Yes.
But let me
Yes,
say this,
yes.
and I hate that because our people be like, yes, yeah. What
do.
are y'all celebrating for?
Exactly.
Why do I have to be labeled as the first black anything? Why I can't just
why
be
can't it be
labeled?
natural?
Society
This
does
is what we
not
do.
give black people enough credit, and so
I
we
agree
have
with
to
that.
celebrate our people.
I agree.
It's honestly, it's like
I agree.
Unfortunately, I was just a snippet of the Emmett Till story when his mom was talking to him. She was like, things are unfair, but that's just the way that it is. It's like, we have to celebrate our people, because if we don't celebrate them, who else will?
Exactly.
If we don't celebrate us, who else will?
Exactly.
We don't get enough credit. But all right, we're gonna move on to our last question.
Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this though. It don't be us saying the first black though.
Right.
It be Caucasians creating articles saying the
Yeah.
first black.
Right.
And we be like, yay. And I
because
just be
they
like,
already have so much negativity
Exactly.
on us. It's like a black person did something positive,
Exactly.
as if we don't
I'll
do
take it.
something positive all the time.
And we do. We
do.
do. We do.
Black is excellence.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Black is excellence.
I'm gonna leave that alone because you trying to move to the next question.
All right. So our next question is going to be, how do you feel about the first black woman?
And who is that? What's the name?
Let me mute my mic because
Can we say the name? Who is that? Who we talking about?
Okay, that's the way that the question is written, but we're going to say our First Lady Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama?
Oh yeah, I love Michelle Obama. Who else?
Me
we talking
too.
about?
I want her book become.
I read
Oh,
it.
I have
Mich-
her book.
I read it.
I
love
me
her.
too.
I
It's a
read
great
it.
book.
So yeah, my birthday coming up 2000 February 12th. I want become book. So
Yeah, I read it.
If
It's
you
a
miss-
beautiful book.
Yes, it's a great book.
still talking about she read it. I say I want it for my birthday.
I can give it to you.
Note to
Right,
self.
right.
I can give it to you.
Hey, put it in the
I
atmosphere.
got you.
Right.
I got you.
But I love her. What you feel about her?
I love First Lady Michelle
I was
Obama.
happy.
I thought we were talking about our first vice president.
I thought we was too. I was gonna mute my mic.
What are we talking about?
Well, basically,
Anyone, huh?
basically it was just the black. How do you feel about the first black woman? It wasn't a particular woman. It's just the way of saying the first black woman, like how we just got into the first black.
That's what I was
person.
saying. Yeah.
It's
that's what
kinda,
I figured.
I mean, it makes me feel good. It really do.
I'm over it. Quit.
Like Black Ice said,
2022.
we don't celebrate each other enough.
I'm over it. Just say.
I
the
would say,
person's
I'm going to just be
name.
honest, I'm not hearing enough from her.
Who? Camilla or?
Oh, it's coming.
I hope so.
Cause see now Joe, she coming.
Yeah, I'm like,
I saw him today.
Really?
Zip.
Old Joe ain't looking good.
I like.
These gas prices sure ain't looking good.
Hey, old Joe ain't looking good. Camila will be seeing from her soon.
Okay.
And that is, I promise you, he just, ooh-wee. I mean, I dealt with Alzheimer's. I done dealt with Alzheimer's as a nurse, and I can see it in his eyes. I see it.
You think so?
I think so. I just think so. Poor old Joe.
Oh wow.
Well, I hope she's ready, because we need.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm ready for her.
I just want to say we had a good episode.
Absolutely.
A good first episode with all the new co-hosts.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
our mark is 1 hour and 32 minutes.
Wow.
We talked,
For an hour, 32 minutes, we kept it under an hour.
Yeah.
32 minutes. That's good,
That
ladies.
is good.
and I hope y'all men don't get me because it is 11:28 p.m.
That's okay.
And
I don't have my.
I be women too now.
I mean, I hope your woman don't get you, but unfortunately, she's the camera woman.
She's production today.
And we want to give a shout out to her because if it wasn't for her, we don't know how this episode would have been
No.
recorded.
Yes.
I don't.
Absolutely.
So shout out to you.
Yes.
I want
Shout out
to
to Bay.
I I want to give a shout out to Shell Shot,
Hey.
Paris,
No Hilton.
the sexy Vixen.
That's right.
These
Bomb,
ladies
blind
came in
bombshell.
and they towed up.
Bombshell.
Y'all showed up. Y'all showed out. Felines Den podcast. We live.
I enjoyed it. I
Yes.
enjoyed it. Yes.
Every minute.
Yes.
So y'all coming back next episode?
We're coming back.
Or y'all gonna leave us like the
You can't get rid of us that easy.
Right.
I'll be back. I shall be back.
Y'all gonna be back?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
And another one.
Yo,
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and where they can find us.
Hey, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe to the Felines Den podcast. You can find us at the Felines Den podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify. Look me up if you want us. I'm sharing us. You need to share us too. Tell
That's
somebody
right.
to tell somebody to tell somebody
And
about.
tell them to tell somebody.
Hello,
Yes.
somebody.
And don't forget, if you like this video, anything we said, please comment below and let us know what you like. If you didn't like what we said or didn't
Still
agree,
comment.
still comment and let us know.
Let us
or
know.
even just put a heart or a feline in the chat
Yeah,
to
and-
show us that you was here.
Or you think
Right.
I'm cute. Yeah.
Yes.
Put that in there too.
Yes.
Oh, she's single.
Single. Ready to mingle.
Almost single.
Let
And
her
she's
know.
looking for the young fella.
But we gonna get on out of here.
Some tenderoni.